domingo, 22 de setembro. And they had something going on here this morning, very early, like 5:30. Between 5 and 5:30, they had some event going on. I think it was some kind of race maybe, but music, loud announcers. It's a good reminder that you can have too much of a good thing, which is why when we return here in 1 week, we're going to be staying in Maniera, north of here, kind of away from the tourist area. This can be a bit intense, 4 days can be a bit too much sometimes. So they've got a huge concert. Some famous singer is going to be here tonight. So it's good timing tonight or this afternoon, a couple hours. We'll be leaving for Lucena. All right, we'll check back in a little bit. Ciao. Sunday will be a busy day. There was briefly raining. Probably the most intense rain I've seen, but it generally happens like just before dawn or so, which with clouds, it can really make a nice sunset. I've noticed quite a few new businesses, not necessarily new structures, but name changes. That seems to be pretty common. Is the structures get slightly changed and then maybe a new owner comes in or something like that. That place is ridiculously expensive. And I'm curious to see what establishment moves into the former Paulista Pizza place. With that location, you really shouldn't lose, but somehow he did. Our car rental, Localiza, our car rental agency, literally is just 2 blocks west of here, so we'll walk there. It'll be a pretty quick trip. I wasn't able to register my selfie successfully, some kind of technical error. But hopefully it doesn't slow the process down too much. Be cranking again tonight. So in terms of Solar Tambaú, I would never return here, only because the reception staff they're very unfriendly, almost rude. Just the reception staff at Hotel Tambaú, not Hotel Tambaú, at Solar Tambaú are just very unfriendly, and they clearly just don't like their job. They're always frowning and bitter and angry. They probably should find different jobs. They're not good people to work at the front desk. You want friendly, helpful people that are smiling at the front desk, not the people that work here. So I would never return here. The structure is nice, but the cleaning staff is wonderful, but the front desk people are just not friendly. Hola, tudo bem? So, another excellent experience with Localiza rental car. I only have excellent things to say about them. At this specific office in downtown João Pessoa, very professional. Even though I didn't understand everything he was saying, the employees were very respectful, very kind, and answered my questions. And they got me in my car on time. They explained everything to me, asked many times if I had any questions or doubts. So I recommend Localiza. I always have a good experience with them. So it should take us only about we're outside the city. We're finally out of João Pessoa. We're in the outskirts where it's more rural, if you can point that way. Yeah, much more rural. I feel more comfortable driving in these conditions than the city. No motorbikes, no horses, no pedestrians. So we should reach Lucena in about 45 minutes. Check-in isn't until noon. Yes, I know I should not be filming while I'm driving, but I couldn't resist the endless stands of aguachicoco trees. Huge. I mean, this just keeps going on and on. Oh boy, this is why I love driving here. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera down before I get into an accident. Alright, we just arrived on the southern outskirts of Lucena and slowly making our way to our place. This is a pretty interesting place. Not busy, not a ton of people, which is fine with me.
Help what's stressing you to here you can calm down or forget some.
Forget your stress. Alright, so we just arrived, pulled the car in, lots of room for cars, and yeah, this view doesn't get a lot better. This location doesn't get much better. Not too far from the Caminhada de Moisés, which we're going to do in a little bit, the Eu Amo Lucena sign right there. Got to get a selfie with that. Otherwise, this is the house. Great little platform here. It just goes on for ages out back. We'll have to do a tour out back. Great space out front. 3 bedrooms, 1 master suite, sala, cozinha, mesa, 2 quartos aqui, banheiro social, and then this is the master suite in here. Yeah, a lot of beds, nice tall ceilings. It's very cool. This place apparently used to be a restaurant, which is probably where those chairs came from. Hola, Kelvin. There's a cozinha. And out back is where they used to have their restaurant. There's a little cool... Hola, senor. Tudo bem? Tudo bem. Little tartaruga. And there's pizza oven. Oh, little lizard. Little churrasco area. But you can see there's remnants of the restaurant. I don't know how old it is. He's got some newer neighbors on either side. I will mention that he's selling the place for $180,000. And look at all this space back here. That was where the live entertainment occurred. There's actually bathrooms in this area behind it, so you can kind of see where it used to be a restaurant. Mango tree right here. Banana tree. It's all clear. It's flat right across from the beach. A huge area. $180,000. It can be yours. It can be yours. Anyway, just really a great spot. I'm not sure what this does. I'm kind of tempted to climb up there, but I also don't want to fall either. I think this is where we parked earlier. Nice little sliver of property. Yeah, there's that. But very cool inside. Yeah, I mean, I won't use the air conditioning. Get a nice sea breeze. I don't know what kind of tree that is. We'll see. Yeah, all right, that's it. All right, I've got to get my Eu Amo Lucena selfie first, or soon. Actually, we're going to do Walk of Moses right now. The beach is just right here. I can just, I've got a little bar right here. Oh my God. Yeah, this place is cool. If they build the bridge, this place is going to explode. It's got to come up with $180,000. Just, that was literally like a minute. Just a minute. Wow, giant oil tanker out there. We're going to see how far we can make the Walk of Moses. White sand, you notice that, eh? White sand beach, wow. I want to walk down there. I don't know if I'll get to that today or not. Wow, just as far as you can see, man. Well, I got to go because it's low tide now, so I got to make that Walk of Moses before the tide rolls back in. I think low tide was like at 1:20. It's like 1:30 now. It's just about exactly a mile away. I should be there in about 15 minutes. And after that, I don't know, I've got like 2 bars. Like, what's with the horses? Of course, that's refreshing though. It's just, wow, just a big beach. Much different than Jacoma. I'm so glad I probably could negotiate staying a second day here. Then that would give me 2 days in Jacoma. And I'm still in Jampa, so yeah, I'm gonna think about that. I may stay one. If I like it, I may stay one more day. We'll see. All right, that's it. In high season, the buggy traffic, I'm sure, probably gets a little thick. But if they build that bridge, if they build the bridge which would bypass the boat transport system, that would really reduce the barrier from João Pessoa. Then you would see development here skyrocket at that point, because that's the only thing that's keeping it reasonable now is you have to take a 45-minute ferry from Cabedelo. And of course, remember, Cabedelo is a solid 45 minutes north of downtown Central Historical, Jampa, and also Cabo Branco, the tourist area. So you're looking, I mean, it took us only an hour to get here, which isn't bad. The Cabedelo Bridge would reduce that for many people in northern Jampa, for sure. But I like how undeveloped this place is. I like this. The other thing I noticed is this is really a swimmable beach. Look at the surf. It's just so gentle. So gentle. I'm looking at high tide. I can see this, a lot of this really goes away. I like how underdeveloped it is. We'll see how long that lasts. I like the horses. It looks all like the supermarkets are closed. Today is Sunday. There's a couple mercandinos open, but not the supermarket. The pizza place seems to be closed. But we did bring some basics with us from Jampa. I may consider renegotiating another night here. We'll see. I can see they have like tables and chairs set up on that sandbar as well, which is pretty cool. And there's a big, giant cargo vessel off in the distance. I wonder if they have reefs or something out there. They have a reef system out here. I kind of think they do. I kind of recall PVC advertisements for boat passages. Quadricycles are big, and of course buggies are big as well too. And you'll see that in Giacomo. But right now, it's I'd like to see more of the quote-unquote city to compare it, but I like what I see so far, I really do. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm glad some clouds rolled in, because even though we're well past their version of solar noon, which is like 11:30 in the morning, that sun was intense. It's like saying, don't come out here. Don't come out here, I'm going to smoke you. There's really cool shells here also. I've never seen as many shells before. Just about the tip. We did notice a couple tour buses, a couple big buses and a couple shuttle buses. This is a pretty regular stop, a little Norci tour from Jampa. This is a pretty popular excursion if you're staying in the city. In fact, I attempted to book one last year when I was here, but there was a problem with the car and it was canceled. So by all rights, I planned on being here last year. It didn't work out, and then they weren't doing any more tours. So yeah, I'm excited to discover this new place. All this area is underwater in a few hours. Right now you can kind of see we're about an hour past low tide. There's another little section over there, but yeah, they're official. Tables, chairs, food, drinks, of course. Wow, beautiful. Really interesting wave patterns here. Wish the sun would pop out. It would brighten things up quite a bit. Pull out some of those highlights from the cliffs, which are straight ahead. $10. Wow, they're everywhere out here. So many sand dollars, they're everywhere. But it's pretty cool. I wasn't doing anything else, so I'm glad I made it. The Mercandino closes at 4:30. As long as I'm back by 4, we'll be okay. So just around the bend, that would be Cavadello. That's a skyline I really have never seen. Northern João Pessoa, if you right in the center, you can see the skyline of João Pessoa. But otherwise, that's Cavadello, and then there's a boat that runs on the hour, taking passengers and the cars in each direction. Wow, this is just beautiful here. What a wonderful little pleasant, calm beach without any crowds. There's a couple birds, but really no crowds. How beautiful. Wow. Wow. Now it looks like some old people got lost from the tour group. But back over here is a condominium complex. If you look at it on satellite, it's just huge. I don't see any access. There's probably some back there. And I almost see another sandbar running in that direction as well. One that's a little offshore. I don't think you can really get to it. This is cool. So the ferry boats run on the hour from Cavadello and on the half hour here from Lucena. I was just wondering about an entrance, and there you go, whether that's formal or informal. I don't know. There was a ton of rentals available there, but it's too far from everything else in town. Maybe one day, maybe next year. Maybe next year I got to consider spending more time here. Looks like there were some, looks like there's just a lot of walkers though. I don't see any infrastructure for beach chair people at all. Yeah, so there is beach access. I'm probably being watched by about 12 other cameras right here, but this is definitely beach access. Not bad, but yeah, I don't see any infrastructure. Oh, the old people are finally moving around. A couple of walkers. It's a public parking area. Saw a lot of pickups, like with giant speaker systems in the back, coolers of beer. You know, all get loaded and then drive home. But there's some people that are way out there. I suppose if you're willing to go up to maybe your knees or so, you could. Maybe I'll take another crack at it tomorrow. We'll see. I really did smell some excellent fish on my way out here. Like you can see the high tide mark. Yeah, see, they're much further out than what I was. I just thought that was it. I wasn't really sure how far you could go. But yeah, see, that reflects the images I've seen. I'll try again tomorrow. Again, it being a Sunday, folks would have arrived early and are going to leave early, and it being getting about 3, folks are starting to head home, head out. It's so calm here. Of course, being totally honest, the beach itself ranges from like this kind of silty, super fine grained sand, and also a little bit of rocks, a little bit of shells. I'm seeing more trash than I've seen in a while. I mean, it's not like the dirty beaches of Aracaju, but there is quite a bit of trash. That's disappointing. The owner of our Airbnb did say this is not the best beach. The best beach is to the south and to the north, which that's fine. But yeah, I'm seeing that. I can see a little bit of trash here and there, which is disappointing. But that other side behind me was really nice. I'm anxious to see those cliffs tomorrow. That should be really cool. Well, if it were a sunny day, you'd see it, but you see it has this kind of slate gray, ashy appearance to it. It's kind of sooty. Hard to describe. I don't see this too very often. But very silty. There it is right there. Just very gray. Which is weird because the sand is like pure white almost. But yeah, this will kind of get you dirty a little bit. That's 1 strike. The trash is kind of 2 strikes, really. But hey, I'm reserving judgment. Imagine that, a soccer game. Let's see, I don't actually remember where we are. I remember that little bar out front, a couple of tour buses. That's never a good thing. Oh, right there, that little green shed. That's in front. We parked inside, so I can't even actually see my my rental car, but I'm not far away now. Sand dollars are cool for sure, but lots of big beach to play with. Let's see what it looks like at high tide. This obviously was the kitchen. That's the window where people would place their orders, and then there's more outdoor seating here. I don't know what this box is. There's a lot of room back here. See if we see any more little lizards running around. I'm not sure. Bañeros, maybe. It's locked. The other ones are bathrooms, yeah. But yeah, lots of space for whatever, a garden or I don't know, whatever. This was the dancing platform. Wonder how, hopefully the clouds lift because that's some dog shit. The clouds go away because I'd like to take a nighttime time lapse and see some stars. Grass is a little prickly, so I would definitely suggest sandals out here. No, I forgot. They're not motorcycles. There's some racetrack down by those condos there. I'm not exactly sure what it is, pay as you go, or what it is exactly, but maybe they are motorcycles. But there is a racetrack, and so they're racing something. Doesn't sound like horses. Although there's a ton of horses here, which is refreshing.
There's some loud motorcycles. I've not heard motorcycles that loud since out at the show, but a really pleasant evening. Looks like there's some rain off the coast, but it seems to be kind of drifting to the northeast. I don't think we're going to have to worry about it tonight, although sadly my nighttime time lapse isn't going to happen because I need clear skies for that. But first world problem, right? Overall the view is looking pretty good.